You're looking at the back of a reproduction horn by Starklight Cycle and trying to mate this cover that I got from Jerry Greer Engineering. Not faulting anybody. I'm sure it's just the fault of the horn itself. But I think the original Autolite or whatever horn that was used back in the day, they had studs that came out from that to begin with. Well, this Repop horn didn't have that. They just had clearance holes. Didn't really know what to use, so what did I do? Instead of, I think it's a 1024 screw that's supposed to be in here, or bolt, stud, I didn't have that. So I had automatically went up to a quarter 28 for the thread in here and all these threads. So that, couldn't find a stud anywhere. You can order them online. They're expensive. Like a quarter 20 on one side and a quarter 28 on the other, because the nuts, I can use a chrome nut on this. The nuts, I think, were designed for a 1024 thread. Well, I've beefed up to a quarter since I'd already done these holes on this particular horn. So what I'm doing is taking a bolt, zinc bolt in this case, and I am leaving this shank on here for the threads for the nut. That's going to go on your a chrome nut, a lock washer, and so on. But what I'm doing is I'm cutting off this much right here and creating the stud using a quarter 28 tap for the other end to thread into here. And then I'll use a lock nut on the other side. I've got one done. It's working out. It took me about 5 minutes to make it versus running to town. But you got to have a tap. You got to have a vise to clamp it in and a little bit of time. When in doubt, make it stout. No, that's not the end here. If somebody else can make it, so can I. I guess that's the other thought. Anyway, I've got the 4 studs mounted. They probably have to be cut off a good ½ inch or so. I won't do that until I get the acorn nut and washer and so on. But we will see how this fits on here. If I can hold this little slippery. And doesn't exactly slide down there without both of my hands on there. There we go. So now I can just put the nuts on there and we will have a mount for this horn. Disadvantage to this style though is the original hardware, or the rubber bushings that or rectangular spacers, I guess if you will, that are used on this. There's about a ½ inch clearance underneath here, maybe a little bit more than that, and that will allow for mounting to the bracket and then a shim, probably one of the rectangular rubber washers. This is the result of making studs from scratch using some bolts and rethreading them. I will have to cut this length off a little bit after I get a washer and chrome castle nut, or whatever that you want to call it, the acorn nut that's going to go on top of here. But you'll see that that's how it should be. So this will go on and mate with the mounting brackets on the handlebars, and away we will go. Other than chroming it or painting this outer cover, I'll probably paint it black because there's enough on the pike that is black, like the frame and so on. And back side of this, the front is the big thing. That's how it will look when done. Yahoo!